Good morning or afternoon, depending on what time you are listening to this podcast, and welcome to yet another episode of Do Geese Have Udders, the show where we ask the unanswered and answer the unasked, looking at news and online stuff too. I'm Michael Gooch, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend Matthew Thompson. You right, Matt?
Shout out.
Good. Then let's start the show. So Matt, you go travelling a bit more than I do.
Do I? Yes.
I mean, I presume you do.
I've been to a couple of countries.
You always tell me about like, oh yeah, when I was younger, I've went here and I've went here, and I've got Matt. You've never told me this before in your life.
You never ask.
That's a fair enough excuse. And one thing I want to ask you is, Matt, do you go to a lot of hotels? Have you spent time in hotels?
I remember 2 hotels. I don't really spend a lot of time in hotels, no.
Oh, that's surprising. But I'm going to ask you this question anyway, Matt. What is the average amount that you would be happy to pay for a night in a hotel?
Depends on the hotel.
Okay, well, let's just say you're very standard. You know, there's nothing wrong with it, although it's not, the fanciest of fancy. It's just a very average hotel. How much would you pay a night?
Well, let's do the smart option. How many stars?
How many stars? Let's say 4 stars. It's relatively clean.
Oh, I don't know. How much? Again, I don't know. When I went to hotels when I was younger, so I didn't have to pay for them. But if I had to guess, I guess 80 quid. I don't know. Is that a lot? Is that not a lot for a hotel?
Well, I'd say depending on the hotel. I mean, that might be fine. Although, Matt, how would you feel if I told you there was a hotel you could stay in where it only costs the equivalent of $1 American a night?
Be like, what country is this?
This country.
This country
is Japan.
This isn't Japan. This is the UK.
Well, I just slowly answered you, Matt. This country is Japan.
You answered it
like
not
this country.
You answered it like Yoda.
This country,
Japan.
Country of Japan. This is.
Yeah.
Japan has got a place called the $1 Hotel. Oh well, it's not officially called that. That's the nickname.
Is it like Poundland all around it as well?
Well, not really. No, it's a very standard hotel. Every room there costs the same.
Isn't the ones that's like a vending machine for humans? It's literally like a booth.
Japan has got that, but that's not the hotel. You can't live
that's
inside
more expensive.
Another human.
That's $2.
So you could order a human, Matt, cheaper than no. You could stay in this hotel cheaper than you could buying a human. Which, to be fair, now that I'm saying out loud, is probably the normal way it should be.
Buying a human.
Yes.
What?
Out of a vending machine.
No, that's not. Sure, that's not what I meant. You sleep in the vending machine, Michael. Come on.
What?
Yeah, they're like little booths. Like.
Oh, the pod ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's slightly different to sleeping in a vending machine.
Oh, nah, it's just a bigger version.
But
Seen
anyway,
Cars the movie? It's like that.
Okay. Anyway, this hotel, Matt, all the rooms are very much the same. They're all pretty decent quality, apart from one room, which is the same quality, except it only costs $1. And do you know what the catch is, Matt, on why that costs $1 a night?
Because there's no bed.
No, it's exactly the same. Exactly the same as the other rooms. Just this.
Someone died in it.
No.
There's black mold.
No. It's exactly
Japan,
the same.
I don't know.
It's exactly the same, but it costs only $1 a night.
I don't know, Michael.
Well, Matt, if you stayed in the hotel,
you get executed.
Yes, Matt, it costs $1 because you may or may not be executed in the night.
Nah, in a day. Can't make it obvious.
It only costs $1 a night, Matt, because your whole entire stay will be live streamed on the internet.
Nah.
Apart from the bathroom for obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, just the bedroom for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Would you be happy, Matt, staying in the $1 hotel if you knew that your whole entire stay would be live streamed?
I was going to say, do you know where the cameras are?
I presume you do. Well, I mean, it says when you go in, you have to agree, obviously, that it will be live streamed. It's not just like, this is the $1 room. What's the catch? There's no catch. As they send you in and live stream you for the world to see.
Slowly close the door that has all the security cameras in it.
Laughing as they back away.
Don't worry. Nothing there to worry about.
And yes, I mean, Japan has got a place called the...
Well, yeah, do you get to know where the cameras are?
I would presume so. Or, I mean, if you go and look at other live streams of
I mean,
The
you could just
hotel,
watch
then
yourself.
you could just sort of sit. Well, no, you wouldn't. Is that what you would do if you were in there? You would just watch
It
yourself.
would be quite funny if they could view the TV. I'd be sitting there, all wrapped up in blankets, a tub of ice cream, and just watching myself, watching me, watching other people watch it, and then just slowly go out, order more food on my phone, come up, still wrapped in blankets to the door, invite
I
him
wonder
in.
if you've missed anything.
Yeah, invite him in. Like, you want to come in and watch TV with me? Be like, look. And he looks at the TV.
It's
and
you.
It's you.
It's
and he's
you.
like, what? And I go,
It's a prank.
and I just look at him and say, you're not getting out alive. And just sit down and just carry on eating my KFC I ordered.
It's okay. You won't be executed. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah,
They'll do that in the middle of the day.
Just wait till the morning. That's when the executioner comes. The guillotine's not sharp enough at the moment.
I mean, I don't know whether to be surprised or not that you would seem very unbothered if your stay was live streamed. I bet if you went to any hotel in the UK and paid the normal price, let alone £1, and they went, by the way, your whole stay is going to be live streamed, you'd be like, all right.
All right, cool.
I don't really care.
Just pants on then, I guess.
Well, it's not that hot anymore. Or
Well,
would
no.
you do that especially just because it's the live stream?
Just do it for the live stream. Have her kiss the cook apron on and start cooking pizza on the microwave.
So much was wrong with that sentence.
Exactly, that's why it's on TV. They're like, what is he doing? Why is he cooking light bulbs on the stove? That's not how you make them work.
You know how I said before, Matt, about being a doctor? Like, as every minute passes, I begin to wonder how I could even bring myself to ask that.
Who knows? Michael,
Yes, Matt.
this is probably I haven't actually done this. I've no clue if I've asked this. But look, do you want to name some dumb ways to die?
What?
How do I dumb it down? Do you know any dumb ways to die?
I'm sure there are plenty of dumb ways
There
to
you go.
die.
Didn't word it any differently. Oh, my Wi-Fi's gone poo. But yeah, dumb ways to die. Do you know any?
I mean, it's surely anything that you can't immediately think of is potentially a dumb way to die. Like stubbing your toe and realising that leads to your whole foot having to be amputated or whatnot.
But that wouldn't lead to death.
Well, it might get infected and that leads to your death. You know, we might get electrocuted being in this metal shed with a cable hanging from the ceiling to our microphones. That wouldn't be a pretty dumb way.
I mean,
to die.
there's no earth cables, I think, on any of this. So
Oh, good.
I didn't
Oh.
do it. I just haven't seen an earth cable anywhere.
Doesn't mean they're not there.
I mean, it's a good obvious thing when you can't find the earth cable that there's not an earth cable there.
I'm not a doctor, Matt.
Do you know? It's not. Do you know what an earth cable does?
I do. It basically grounds it, doesn't it?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
case if it goes wrong, so it won't zap like you said the whole frame.
I saw an interesting thing on I actually can't remember where. I think it was on YouTube to do with the earth cable in plugs, and
Yeah.
this is a really nerdy thing, but I just found it fascinating. So you know how on a UK plug, for example, you got your 3 prongs,
Yeah.
and so 2 of those prongs obviously aren't the earth cable,
Yeah.
and so those 2 are slightly. What are they? Slightly shorter or are they slightly longer? Yeah, they're shorter than the earth cable. The earth cable's got a bit of slack in it. Inside that little casing behind the plug, and so if anything happened to be pulled out, the earth cable would always remain or be the last one to be pulled,
Yeah.
and so that helps to keep UK plugs safe, and I believe UK plugs are the safest plugs apparently in the world
Yeah, they are.
because of that.
Americans hate them.
I mean, they're 2 prongs.
I'm quite amazed with America. How they got everything different there. Like everything.
Why do you think so many
Well,
things
apart
are
from
different?
time. Like,
Do you say time?
yeah, I'm quite amazed they haven't invented
America
their own
has
form
got
of time.
everything except time.
Well, they got different measurements, different like lengths, different weights, like way they weigh stuff, I believe.
Yeah.
And like
They would use anything but the metric system.
Yeah, and they got everything apart from time. I'm just waiting. 2021 is when America makes the new time.
Well, I mean, everywhere has their own time, though, don't they? Because, like, we've got Greenwich Mean Time, and
Well, yeah, it depends
All
where
that.
your world is.
so does
Your
that.
world is depends where you're located on the earth. Well, I'll tell a story that you don't know, so you can't jump in. Or I might have told you before, but you don't know. So this happened on our little scout thing. I was a scout, a youngling. Probably this is when the tree fell on my tent. Not
this
that was
was-
explorers, but this was scouts when I had Callum and someone else. Can't say they were. Yeah, well, who cares? I had Callum and someone else in my tent.
Okay.
Duncan.
Yeah.
And the massive branch fell on behind our tent, not on our tent.
Okay. Wait, is this
And
the one I'm
then-
thinking of? Is this a
and
completely
then
different one?
Someone put a deodorant can on fire. And
Oh,
yeah,
that one.
that one.
Yes. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that, kids. It's very unsafe.
No. Well, at the start, everyone went to dinner, and they built this massive swing that was like from the ground to the top of Big Bitna, probably like the top of a double-decker bus, and on a branch up there. And we were swinging on it, and like we just spent probably about 3 hours swinging on it until everyone went to lunch, but I was still on it, and I was going really high, like at least like a 90 degree off the ground, like full on flat, like 180, just flat, going up and down, up and down. And then the knots weren't very good, so when I was high up in the air, the knot came undone and the plank of wood slipped out. So there's a plank of wood with 2 knots on both sides. Yeah.
That's no longer attached to anything.
Yeah, and one of them came off and went flying, and I went flying through the air, landed on my ribs and slid across the floor. No one was around me, and I just got up, I was like, holding back the tears, of course, because there's no point crying if there's no one around. And I just looked at the swing. I was like, okay, that's what happened. And then I waddled back into the canteen area, and no one cared or no one asked a question. I was just
no
like,
one cares.
it's like me going, and just sitting down, eating my beans and sausages, and just dying.
I distinctly remember a time. It might very well have been that same camp
Might have been.
of where I'm pretty sure you and someone else made a swing, and I happened to come over, and you were like, Michael, do you want to test out the swing?
This was the same swing.
Yeah, and I was like, well, yeah, because my friends wouldn't lie to me if there was something wrong with the swing.
We weren't your friends back then.
And so I remember being on the swing. It worked for a few swings. Then it must have been you because you got the strength of Lenny from Of Mice and Men. You pushed the swing. I flew off it. The swing broke. I landed face first in the ground. Like you're saying with yourself, struggling to breathe. Before I could even get a breath, I hear someone say, Michael, are you alright? Then I'm pretty sure I heard you go, I'll check. You gave me a wedgie. And I heard a rip and a pain shoot through my body.
No, you got caught on the swing when you got the wedgie.
Oh, so is that why then you're not denying the wedgie though? That's
No,
the thing.
it-
You're still accepting that is the proper procedure.
The design was that we sit someone on. We were little poos back then, but the design was you sit on it, you hook the underpants off, and then they fly off and get wedgied.
Oh,
And that's what happened to you.
That didn't happen to me. My pants weren't tied to anything. My pants
It wasn't
were
tied,
gripped.
it was
my pants
hooked.
were gripped by your fist
It was hooked.
and then yanked up my body.
I think you're lying, Michael.
Thanks for bringing that memory back to me, Matt.
You're welcome.
Matt, what's your favourite game show? Like, you know, an active game show. Like, not like Deal or No Deal. Not those type of ones. Like, you know, the ones that you actually get to go and be involved. I'm talking stuff like Total Wipeout, Matt.
How do I get to be involved in Total Wipeout?
Well, I'm not promoting it to you, Matt. This is definitely not
You
a
don't need
sponsor.
to. Everyone knows
I'm just
Total
saying, what
Wipeout.
type of game show like that would you have liked to have been on, and would you...
There we go. Word
you
it
have
like
done
that. What game show would you like to be on? Well, easier way of wording it. Total Wipeout. Kachishi's
Wipeout.
Tart Castle.
I am so glad those are the only two you have just listed, Matt.
Well, why else want to be on anything else? Why would I want to be on Pointless? I'm going to be on TV soon. What are you going to be on? Pointless. No, tell me the show. Pointless. Wow. You're
I
gonna be
take
on
it you're one of
Pointless.
the people who don't understand how pointless works.
Well, you get the most pointless answer. My mum has it in the kitchen every time I go down.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Total Wipeout and Takeshi's Castle, those were like the two main shows people wanted to do.
Well, yeah.
Look how fun it was.
Because you get to do stuff.
And I
Instead
had-
of standing behind a podium, being like, you're wrong.
Winning money.
You're wrong.
Instead, oh, there's the rain. You can probably hear it now.
That's my popcorn going off.
It's very nice, isn't it? Very therapeutic. Anyway, Matt, so, game shows. Total Wipeout
Time
and
for the
Takeshi's...
rain episode.
It's going to be a rain episode.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the rain episode. We're sponsored by God for the rain. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Anyway, Total Wipeout and Takeshi's Castle. I happened to see an episode of Total Wipeout.
Yeah?
I think we're going to have to wait for the rain, Matt. There's so much
It
rain.
I'm going to see if my roof leaks. vents or the door, because I fixed the door with a bungee cord so it wouldn't leak anymore, so I'm just going to check. Michael, keep them entertained.
I can't keep them entertained. I'll keep it running just for the rain.
No leak!
Have
no
we?
Leak!
What?
No leak!
No leak?
No leak!
I thought you were shouting, we got the leak!
This whole section was wet. Stop this! Stop it!
The rain.
Stop it!
This is why you don't record in a metal shed when the weather says it's raining.
It's fine, I fixed the lighting. I just had to give it a bang.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to give that follow or subscribe button a click so you don't miss out on any future episodes. And why not check out our Twitter and Discord too, where we post updates, behind the scenes stuff and just general other news about the show. Links in the description below. Got any topics or questions you think need a proper answer or have yet to even be asked? Drop it in the comments below or send us a tweet. Until next time.